So E3 isn't happening this week again. And it hasn't happened for a little bit. But, I kind of miss it. It was both horrible that you had to crunch and, get all this stuff prepared for it, but, I have some good memories for it. So while I babble like an old man telling you some stories of E3 of the past, let me know what you're looking forward to for the Game Fest coming up. And the Sony one seemed a little... But there's a bunch of other stuff coming up with some friends getting their stuff shown in it. So kind of excited to see that. But the very first E3 I ever went to was with Eric when it was down in Atlanta. And we went as Old Man Murray. And we forgot business cards. So the first thing we did was get business cards from other people and scratch their name out and put our name on it. It was okay. Eric likes to go to bed at 6 p.m. and wake up at 3 a.m. That's not a way to live your life. So it was hard. And then later we went to E3 as Old Man Murray when it was in LA. And we got treated by Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's all fancy and nice and whatever. Actually, I didn't even think I went to the show. I just hung out with friends. Tom Chick era, quarter to 3 and all of that stuff. Oh, it was good times. But then with Left 4 Dead, the very first time we showed it there, I still remember, the thing I remember about that show most is we had a private room. It was super cool. We're just sitting there, just doing interviews. I was trying to get Michael Booth to do all the ones on camera, because I didn't feel like being on camera. And I hate being on camera. And I did the other ones. But I still remember Peter Molyneux came in with his crew, and they were to check it out because we were the hot buzz, because 4-player co-op was hot buzz back then in 2006. And he walks in and sits down, and they're playing, and everyone's yelling, and they got headphones. Right, it's just chaos. And he just gets pounced by a hunter, and he's getting destroyed. Nobody helps him. No one on his team even looks at him. Nobody helps him. He dies, and he just kind of looks at it, gets up and walks away, and his team stays playing. The time that we crunched to get, and then Left 4 Dead 2 there, and having that moment of it was super well received, people excited. I still remember being in this stage, the Microsoft event, and it getting announced on stage. That trailer, I'd written a bunch of the kind of the religious referencing of it, and people excited, and by day 2, people were all angry at us. And boy, the hate started coming because we were coming too quick. And that was just a hard thing to get your head around, because you're happy about the game, you're excited about it, and then you're just dealing with that grief. Or the time I had to get to E3 a week early almost, because Sony was flipping out because we're going to show Counter-Strike, which Counter-Strike CSGO is never shipped on Sony in Europe. But I had to get there a week early because we had a server, and they were freaking out. And I just showed up, and I'm like, hey, it's just a laptop. I just need network connectivity. And they're like, that's cool. I'm like, hey, we did a bunch of work so that works with the Move controllers. And they're like, yeah, we put you in a place that's too dark for the Move controllers. The Move controllers use light. What the hell? I thought that would be... No, it's not. So that was a waste. But then, I just kicked around LA for a while. And then there's a time where the professional Counter-Strike team came up to me and explained to me that I should pay them $1 million to play Counter-Strike. Or the time everybody else left, because everyone would show up and then everybody would leave, and it would just be me there or somebody else, and we were just sleeping on the couches in our private booth room off the show floor, and a bunch of people came in and I just gave them a tour. I just was so sleepy, I have no idea who they were. Hey, hopefully it was cool, because we had no meetings scheduled. And then for the VR stuff, it was fun just to go around and meet a whole ton of people who I knew that I never got to meet before, but they just wanted to see the VR stuff or talk about it, and kind of do that with them. I stopped even caring about if I had a badge. I would just show up. Again, don't base your career on me. I was actually talking to my therapist about this. I'm like, I know I can get away with murder because I just push it, and that works a lot of time. I walked into E3 without a badge. The LA Convention Center, right? In the LA Convention Center, they'd always have that big ad up on top, and we'd always joke, that's the people who are foolish with their money and have no fucking idea. Because why would you take out a big ad there? Because it's the coverage inside, and it's $250,000 to buy that ad. And you would just see a lot of Ubisoft games. Because when you're a big company, it's not your money. But we considered it our money in the hell if we were going to spend it on that. So, yeah, I miss E3. Time we didn't bring the right build, but I brought backup builds of the right build. It's good times. But yeah, I miss E3. Kinda. The time we were gonna stay downtown instead, the basketball playoffs, the Lakers made it, and so they didn't leave their rooms, and we had no rooms, and the hotel's like, yeah, too bad. The night before E3, and so we had to go stay out and far out, and that's where we started staying out. We never stayed. We stayed at Mondrian, and we stayed at SLS, and never stayed anywhere around E3 after that, which was suck because traffic sucks, but still fun. SLS, yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. Like, there's times where it feels like hard work, and there's times where it's just fun, like hanging out with Ulf from the GTFO team and stuff, and like, yeah, right? Like, I mean, that's always fun to see your peers and people you respect or get to meet new people. I don't do that. I go to lunches in Seattle. I go check in with Ulf. I haven't done that in a while. Kind of wait and see what everyone's showing. Friend Soft Rains, their game's getting shown. I don't want to say the name of it because in my head, it's not the name I think they're using. It's always a problem. Yeah. So, yeah, what are you guys looking forward to?